Yeah, I don't mean to pry, but the nice guys don't by chance happen to have 6 fingers on their right hand, do they?
I have a million car stories, but I'm going to tell a more humiliating one, which I don't even think my husband knows. And he's definitely listening to this. So,
Ooh.
okay.
He's listening now, or he's going to listen when it comes out?
He'll listen on Friday.
Today on the Nice Guys Podcast, fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles. Oh, no, that's The Princess Bride. Most days they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the king
and queens
of fuckery,
Emily and Erica,
and Strickland Bonner.
When I'm on with Doug, it's like as soon as we start, we're like, hey, this is comedy gold. We have to hit record. Yeah, so Emily got in. I came in at 2 minutes after the hour. And Emily is like, oh my God, I thought you stood me up. And I'm like, I have Doug. Doug's not even here. And I fucking have Doug here. It's a minute after. Where are you? What is going on? Oh my God.
Sorry.
I don't mean to be making fun of you in a bad way. I'm really trying to make fun of Doug more than to make fun of you. But Erica, so here's the deal. I had to go grab another cup of coffee because if I'm going to deal with Emily and Erica together, it's going to be like herding cats. And I mean that in a good way. And so I'm like, I better be pumped up with the coffee. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I've not ever used this mic with this computer before. So that's kind of cool.
Look at that. We got 3 different microphones. By the way, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, no, it's not Doug Sandler. It is Emily Aborn and Erica Ross Krieger sitting in. If Doug were here, he would make a joke about somebody subbing in for Johnny Carson, but he's not here. So
thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Do you miss Doug is my question. Like,
no, he does say hi. I actually just texted him. So I don't miss him. No. He's been texting me from Italy, sending me all the great food that he's eating. And I'm like, I'm jealous.
He'd be joking with you about how you're, it takes 2 women to manage you.
True. It's very true. It's funny. A friend of mine that I was in bands with for many years before I got married, when he found out I was having triplets, and I said, I had 3 girls, and he said, be careful what you wish for. Now you've got it because you wanted to be living in a house full of women. Now you got it. I'm like, yeah, great. Thanks. You're right.
Wow. You have 3 girls. What's that? What was that like? I had 3 brothers, which was intense in its own right. But
never a dull moment. Let's just put it that way. I survived, and I'm here to tell about it. They're 22 years old now, and I survived to tell the tale. So,
well, wait till one moves back, then you'll really.
I actually have one living with me right now, and it's really not a big deal because she's like chill and all. She's 22, right? I don't need to keep an eye on her, and it's nice to have the company. And it's just not that big a deal. Now, if 2 or all 3 came back in, that would be like no. So it's all good.
That's fun. All right. Yeah. So clearly I've been noticing Doug's been sharing a lot of his photos too. And I'm like, I think he does need friends. Remember how last time we were all together, he's like, I don't need you guys. He does, or else he wouldn't be. He needs us to share his pictures with at the very least.
He totally does. He totally does.
That was a fib.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. He'd like to think that he doesn't really need friends, but he totally does. So ladies, how are you? Thank you so much for volunteering to fill in for Doug Sandler.
Yeah, this is fun. And I've never met Erica.
Yeah. Oh, you've never met Erica.
Well, we've kind of been ships passing in the night and kind of like said different things through you guys to each other. But no. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Erica, you could probably move that mic a little closer to you.
Oh, okay.
And with that one, you want to talk into the red light. So I just want to make sure it's spun. Oh, it looks like it's on a boom, so you can't spin it.
It's on a boom, but I could do
but
this.
That's better, right? Already, that's better. Like you're a little closer. Yeah.
You'd think I hadn't been podcasting for very long.
Are you using, Emily, an ATR 2100? Is that what your mic is?
No, mine's a Samsung Q2U.
It looks like, okay, look at that. We got all the 3 different mics. I got my Shure mic now. And Erica, you're using your
I'm
Yeti.
using my old reliable Yeti.
Well, that's what Doug and I use for 7-8 years, and I still really like them. But I'm just I'm a little partial to the Shure now that I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. But I really like it's
graduated.
A little smaller. Yeah,
it's very NPR like. I'll say that.
Right? Yeah. It's kind of cool. So we do have a couple of voicemails from Jared now. They're voicemails. I'm assuming they're from Jared. Maybe they're from other people too. And the way Doug and I usually do it is we talk about everything we possibly can before we get to that, because we like to make him wait. But I'm wondering, ladies, do you have things to talk about?
Yes, I brought the
I've got a list. Emily's got a list and I've got a list. So you've got 2 prepared women. So
I love that
look
so
out.
much. I love that.
I hope you booked out 2 hours for this one.
Well, I'm going to segue into one of the things that I know Erica wants to talk about, because last week on our show, Doug was talking about how JJ waited 3.5 hours for a sandwich. And Erica, you commented, I believe it was on Facebook, maybe it was in an email, I don't remember, that you once waited 9 hours for a t-shirt?
If we calculate this right, it might even be longer than 9 hours. But yes, so do you want to hear that story now or whenever you want to hear it?
As long as it's not a 9-hour long story, I'm fascinated. I want to hear
Promise. It. Okay, so take this back to 20 years ago. So it was, is that 1993? Holy God. Yeah, 1993. Now, keep in mind what was going on at that point was there weren't iPhones. I think people might have had flip phones, but I don't think I had one.
Yeah.
And Apple was opening. Now, by the way, side note here, my husband, Steve, and I are big time Apple fans. Like everything in the house is Apple and always has been. Mac since day one.
And of course, with Doug not here, we had to have an Apple fan because, and
this is an Apple story.
Okay.
So back to then, 20 years ago, my husband knew and heard that the first Apple store ever was going to open up here in my city. And I live in the East Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Apple store was about ready to open up. And the first 25 people in line would get an Apple t-shirt that said the name of the city and Apple and all that. And Steve wanted one really badly, but he was going to be out of town on business the day that the store was opening, which also happened to be no, it wasn't his birthday because it had to be the summer. It was blazing hot here in the East Bay, and blazing hot, I mean, 103, 105 degrees. That's hot for here.
Yeah.
So in any case, the store was going to open. Steve was out of town. He wanted a t-shirt. I really didn't, but I took a lawn chair out of the garage and I got in line at 11 o'clock at night, the night before. I was the third one in line. All the other people there were easily a third my age. And the big deal was this store was going to be opening in the morning at 9. And I wanted to get Steve one of those t-shirts while he was away as a surprise. So bottom line, I stayed in the lawn chair in the line. I think at 6 a.m, I let the kid behind me hold my space, and I went and got everybody Krispy Kreme donuts and then came back.
Nice.
And then by like 8:30 or so in the morning, half an hour before the store was supposed to open, some kid in line figured out a way to take a picture. Now, you have to remember what the technology was then. He took a photo of all of us standing in line and found a way to fax it into the store so that when all the workers showed up, our picture would be on their fax machine.
It's kind of funny.
Which was like, just like, I don't know. It was like beyond belief because you just couldn't do that then.
Crazy tech at the time.
So anyway, when 8:30 comes around, it's already like 102 damn degrees outside. And I'm starting to not feel good. Like the heat, I was sweating. I didn't have enough water. I think we were all run out of water by that point. And I knocked on the door and I said to the guy, you just got to let me in with the air conditioning. I'm going to faint. And I wasn't like screwing around, like, I need to be the first one in the store or any of that shit. It was just, I'm going to lose it. So he said, okay. So he let me in and I cooled off. They got me water and then they opened the door. And he gave me a t-shirt. So the story was 9-10 hours later, I had a t-shirt and it turns out I was the first one in the store. So that's my story. And we now have an Apple computer store here that's moved to an even bigger location. And I still have that. Well, my husband still has that t-shirt.
I have 3 questions, but you just answered one. So your husband already has the t-shirt. I think I would do that for my husband too. But my question, I guess I only have one question. How did you go pee when, like, during the whole excursion? It was so stressful.
I know, really. We took turns with whoever could do what. So when I took a turn to go get the Krispy Kreme donuts, I also I think I used the Krispy Kreme bathroom, which I had to get in my car. It was like, I don't know, 6 blocks away or something.
And then did you get any sleep whatsoever?
Not until I got home at about 9:30 and then slept the rest of the day.
Wow. Erica, you might be my new hero. Strickland was my hero before, but I might be changing.
Oh my God.
Damn, why the hell did I invite you on? I like being Emily's hero. There was an ad that a couple of years ago when a new Samsung phone came out. And it's basically like a guy walking by with a Samsung phone. There's a line of people. And there's like, yeah, what's going on? Oh, the new phone's coming out. It's like, obviously it's a take on all of the Apple people waiting in line. And there's a guy and he says the next day, he's like, so I understand with this new one, the headphone jack is now on the bottom. That's how I feel about Apple. I'm sorry. Oh. It's like all of you Apple people, the new iPhone's coming. Oh, it's so fucking amazing. Like, no, it's not so fucking amazing. There's another Apple ad that I love to make fun of, and I've talked about this with Doug before. It's like, it's this guy and he's in his shed and it's pouring rain outside and you hear AC/DC Thunderstruck. The music's coming on, right? And this guy, he's working on his bicycle and he freaking puts his helmet on and he opens the door and it's raining like crazy. And he takes his iPhone and he puts it in the slot and he goes out biking because he's so tough. And why can he do that? Because the new iPhone is water resistant. And all I could think when I saw that ad was, Samsung came out with that 2 years ago. What the fuck is such a big deal about that?
It's also,
that's my feeling about Apple.
It might be water resistant, but it's definitely not waterproof because I've dropped mine in the snow. But I mean, Apple does have nice user ability, but it is annoying that they constantly change the chargers and all that stuff. I don't like replacing my phone. Can I share my telling in line story? It's not as exciting as Erica's, but it was life changing.
Oh, good.
Life changing is good.
I used to love roller coaster rides. Like, that was, my mom said she went on roller coasters all the time with me when she was pregnant. And she thinks that's why I liked adrenaline so much. So I lived in North Carolina and my brother and a friend of his and I all went to like an amusement park, Carowinds, and we're going on roller coaster rides. And one of the roller coaster rides, we'd waited in line, like, I don't know, forever, whatever forever is in roller coaster ride line waiting. I can't stand waiting in those lines. So we get up there and they're like, oh, there's repairs. Like we need to make repairs on the roller coaster. It's the brakes. And I told my brother and his friend, I'm like, we need to get out of line. Like, I don't want to go on this roller coaster if something is wrong with the brakes. Like, what are they going to fix on the brakes in 5 minutes? That's going to make me safe on this ride. My brother's like, no. He's like, if you step out of this line and you go home to mom and I'm not with you, you will feel so bad. And I was like, so I had to stay in line with him and go on the roller coaster. And I was like sick to my stomach the whole time worrying about this thing, like, going off the rails, literally. And I have not been able to go on a roller coaster since then. It's just like, I think all the anxiety that a roller coaster ever held it came to fruition in that moment. So,
wow, that's crazy. And you haven't been on a roller coaster since. That's so interesting.
I mean, I went on like a little kid one with my niece, but
that doesn't count.
It was probably more dangerous, honestly.
Interesting. My standing in line story was, I was 14 years old and waiting for Who tickets, but that was, when you had to wait in line for concert tickets, right? I waited like 14 hours. I think I got there at 6:00 at night and it opened at 10:00 the next morning. But again, I was 14 years old. Who gives a shit at 14, right? You got nothing better to do.
Oh my gosh, you two are two true troopers. I thought half an hour for a roller coaster was a long time.
Well, Jen, like Erica, are you Gen X?
I'm on the border between that and boomer. So I probably more boomer. No, I turned 66 this year and very proud of it. Thank you very much.
Well, okay. I see the TikToks where they're talking about Gen X and like all of them are like Gen X. We just don't give a shit and nothing bugs us and we just don't fucking care. And that's it. That's how I feel about everything. I'm like, I survived the craziest shit growing up and my parents didn't give a crap what I did. And I'm like, I live to tell about it. So you know what? Nothing bothers me anymore.
I'm in that vein as well. I mean, if I said what we did, and I'm still here.
Well, see, I just want to say I'm only half millennial. Like I'm a millennial that A, doesn't want to be one, and B, I'm considered a geriatric millennial. So I have like some of the Gen X, like I still had to type C:\/ / like open something on my computer and use little floppy disks. But then like it went fast from there, like next thing I was on AOL Messenger, like talking to my friends. So it was a big, we like had to span a lot of generations very quickly. Our brains work very quickly, you see.
So here's one that I'm sure Erica will, I shouldn't be presumptuous, but I don't think Erica will know the answer, but I'm curious if Emily knows about this. When texting, do you know the difference between responding with K versus responding with KK?
This is on my list.
No, I do not know this.
Emily, tell me how it's on your list. I can't remember if I brought it up already or what was it?
Yeah, you told me we need to talk about it. So I looked up a couple articles and it seems like K is like the ultimate like slam. Like I want nothing to do with this conversation anymore. It's just like the graveyard for conversations. But apparently KK, which I find annoying. It's super annoying. But apparently that's like very friendly, like even more effusive than OK.
That's it. It's like, so woo-hoo. Like the ridiculous subtle differences. Basically, if you say KK, it's like, oh, okay. Like, hey, that's great. You're happy about it. But if you just do a single K, you're basically saying, okay,
right.
Like I'm fucking done with this conversation. Just be one damn letter and it makes all the difference in the world.
I also wonder if it matters who you're giving your K to. Or maybe. Right. Like, because if I'm sending one to my husband and he doesn't know about the other, it works. But I also don't want to be offensive now to anybody who's using the other. So I got to be on my game.
Well, it's funny. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. Because like if somebody's texting me and they send me a single K, I won't be offended, but maybe they mean to offend me.
Well, now I think you need to be offended. Yeah. This is my advice. Okay. You can avoid all of these problems by like 20 exclamation points or like the dancy lady emoji. She solves all your problems. Like you can say anything. You can say like, you suck. You're the worst friend ever. Dancy lady emojis and you're good. I promise. She solves a lot of issues for me personally.
I don't even know how to find the Dancy Lady emoji, but
I'll
it is
send
the
you
cure
one.
to all problems. I like it.
I'll send
She's
you
a-
one.
She's in
I
my
love that.
favorites.
I love that, the Dancy Lady.
Okay, so on this topic, I want to talk about how you feel about the thumbs up reaction on Facebook, text messaging, and I think that's it. Just like, oh no. And also you wouldn't have this Strickland, but if you're on an iPhone, you can like tap back and like thumbs up someone's.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, I've seen that. You can thumbs up on a message or heart a message. I've been told that in a text, only old people use the thumbs up, and basically that's kind of like saying "K," like basically, yeah. That's
what I think too. It's like K, and sadly, my mom does it a lot, and I don't think she means to be like. But I take it so like so rude.
Well,
Like,
it's hilarious that you say that, because I was texting just today with somebody. They're sending me something, and it says, "Hey, thanks, I got it. I'll send the tracking number over." And I do this with Doug all the time. I just hit the thumbs up, and then I realize I sent him that, and I'm like, oh shit, he's young. That's probably really offensive. Like
I'm telling you,
my workaround is now I just send hearts. That's how it goes. Like somebody sends me something, whatever, I just heart. That's it.
And Strickland, you can pick a different color heart. Like I've noticed some people use purple hearts, green hearts, yellow hearts. I mean, to me, I'm like a red heart all the way. But yeah, I really can't stand the thumbs up. And I don't like it on Facebook either. Like I'm just like, why? Why not heart my thing? Like it was good. Right. So just give it a heart. It to me, it feels like they have no soul. And so they're just like, oh, I like everything. Yeah. No, you love what you love. And don't bother with the rest.
Okay, but then how do you show that you really, really, really like something? Because that's the way I look at it. I'm like, hey, I like it. No, I really, really like this. But
more than one heart.
More than one heart. Dancing lady emoji. I mean,
no, but like on Facebook.
Dancing lady emoji.
Fancy lady.
No, I swear to God.
Dancing lady emoji fixes all things. I like it.
She's on
Facebook. What you do, Strick, is you put the heart for the reply, like for the reaction, but then you do take a minute in the comment and you put like a whole string of hearts
and actually comment. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to type anything. You just put in a whole shitload of hearts or a bunch of dancing ladies.
Yeah, Erica is really speaking my love language, and also a comment goes a long way. So like, tell them how you feel. You know, you don't have to just use the Facebook choices. Like that's very limiting. You know, there's a lot of feelings.
But I'm lazy. The heart, it's just so easy to hit the heart or hit the pulse.
Yeah, but go for the heart, not the thumb.
Go for the heart. Yeah. Okay. Agree.
Okay. Yeah. So what more topics do we have? Because as you know, I have none. So if you've got more topics, bring them up.
Well, I have one. It's a topic, but it's a not topic. And it comes from a few weeks ago when Doug said, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Parking tickets. Like, why do I need to talk about parking tickets? And where the parking tickets came from, I just want to set the record straight, was a few weeks prior to that, I made a comment about how I thought you guys were a lot like Seinfeld. And then Emily made another comment, unhearing mine, about how she thought you guys were like Seinfeld. So she and I just like are on the same wavelength. And I then said to Doug, well, since you're like Seinfeld, then we can throw out any topic and you can just go down any rabbit hole. And I said, like parking tickets. And Doug said, well, we don't have time today, so we'll talk about parking tickets next time. So that's where it came from. And then you guys never talked about parking tickets. So you either can or you can't, but that's where it came from.
I think Doug had a story about parking tickets that he told us he was going to tell a story about parking tickets and about some podcast. And he's like, I'll say it next time. But then they walk out the door, Erica, and they forget everything that they just talked about because they don't keep notes on the episode.
I know. See, and we keep notes.
True. You're 100% right. I resemble all of those comments. Yes. And Doug does too. So you're absolutely right. Yes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, to get back to the Seinfeld reference.
So we could tell car stories, and I have a good one. So I would like to tell a car story. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Go for it.
It could go under the category of a car story or your most humiliating experience of your life.
Those are
Either
two
one.
big categories.
And nobody was around to witness the humiliation other than me.
Okay. Can't wait.
I had recently had an issue in my life where I'd gotten some bad news and I was on my way to get a haircut and it was still on my mind the whole time. I'm getting my haircut. I come out, I go to my car, I sit in my car, and in front of my face is this huge blue wall, like right smack in my face, a blue wall. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm not kidding. It took me a good 8 minutes to realize I was sitting in the back seat and the blue wall in front of me was my front seat. And I'd gotten on the driver's side instead of the driver's seat. I got into the back seat of my car.
Wow.
And it was because I was so damn distracted with what was going on. I couldn't talk for 3 days. I was humiliated and embarrassed. Nobody was around other than me, but it was like, how can anybody do that? So, yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh
That's
my God.
story.
That is, you know what? That's what happens though when we are distracted, like we make bad decisions and we can't think how we usually do. Like all that autopilot stuff just goes away. So
yeah, from Strickland, you'll know this. That was the ultimate in the work I teach, Emily, and Strickland knows, he's been through it. It was the ultimate hijack.
Right.
I was completely hijacked.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. One time I was driving a friend of mine's car, and this was like when I was in college, and I didn't have a car, and his car was a stick shift, which, I park it, right? And I go inside, and a guy says to me, "Hey, dude, your car," I didn't pull the parking brake and it wasn't in gear and it's rolling away. Now, what's kind of funny about it, I mean, good, I guess. I was at the Timonium Fairgrounds and it was just huge open parking lot, right? And there were no other cars, or like barely any other cars. And it was just a slight incline. So the car, it's like, 5 miles an hour or something, right? Maybe 8 miles an hour. I don't know. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out, right? And again, fortunately, it wasn't going fast and there wasn't anything for it to hit. But I get to it and I open the door. It is unbelievably challenging to get into a car when it's moving, even when it's moving really slow. I'm looking at this car and I'm like, it's barely moving, but like I can't jump into it. I can't imagine when I see these stunt guys, right? And you see a car going 15, 20, 30 miles an hour and they roll in and roll out of it. I'm like, this was barely moving. And I'm like, I could barely get into it. But eventually I was like, if I don't do it, it's going to hit something and it may start moving faster. So I have to do it. But it was scary. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was just thinking about stunt people and how they have to like go in even faster. That's so funny.
Yeah.
How old were you?
20, maybe.
20. Okay.
19
Yeah,
or
that's
20,
normal.
yeah.
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 So, I have a million car stories, but I'm going to tell a more humiliating one, which I don't even think my husband knows. And he's definitely listening to this. So,
Ooh.
okay.
He's listening now, or he's going to listen when it comes out?
He'll listen on Friday.
Nice.
So when I was in college, people could put me up to any dare in my freshman year. I got smarter after that, but in my freshman year, you could put me up to any dare and I would do it. Like I would walk up to anyone on campus and say anything. It was just like the thing on our floor to like dare each other to do things. And then we would do crazy things. So someone dares me. I don't even know why. She's like, do the wedding march up the hallway, like to yourself. And I was like, okay, no big deal, So I started in the stairwell and I was by myself and I started going dum dum da dum 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 da dum, like taking it one step at a time, so slowly, so incredibly slowly, the entire way up the stairwell. And when I get to the top, I look back and there's this couple just politely waiting behind me. Like, okay, who's the crazy girl singing the wedding march in the stairwell by herself? Like I was even holding, like the fake bouquet.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I didn't think anyone was witness, but they were. And that's probably not my most humiliating moment, honestly, but I can't can't get into that now.
Oh, really? See, now we've got to make a note about that. Like your most humiliating moment. We'll have
I
to,
have to think about it.
I have to invite you back on the podcast and have you have a couple drinks first and then bring it up to you and make you confess it. I dare you to tell me your most humiliating moment.
We're easing on into it, Emily, with that. The stairwell story starts it, and then you'll feel more comfortable, and then you'll go with the next one.
I would have to think about it because not much embarrasses me because I will just face awkwardness,
Yeah,
so I
I'm
have to
saying.
really think about what has humiliated me. I don't think there's much. I have no shame.
It's funny when people are like, would you run through a crowded mall naked for $100,000? I'm like, well, I do it for like $5,000. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Whatever.
Okay, that I'm not so sure about. But there are things people will be like, how much money would it take you to do this? I'm like, $5.
Right.
I don't know. I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, no doubt. So what other stories do we have? What other
So
lists?
what's on your list, Emily?
Well, mine was like all centered around this emoji stuff, honestly.
That's okay if you got more emoji stories, unless we've gone through them all already.
Might have beat a dead horse on that. Well, no, the last one is just like, I didn't know. Again, this is like where my generation splits off. So some of them use like skull faces instead of the laughy emoji.
Oh,
Like that.
really?
It means like I'm dying. Like I'm
Oh.
laughing so hard I'm dying. But someone sent one to me today. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Like,
I would have no idea what that meant. I would think the same thing. I'm like, everything okay? Did you hit the wrong emoji?
So anyway, that's a lame one. But it is something I noticed. But apparently, looking into both of these articles about the K and the KK and the thumbs up, they are like hostile in today's day and age if you use them incorrectly. So we just want to be careful of people's fragile emotions. I can only imagine what Jared's going to say about this.
I know, right? Yeah, it's so interesting. Anyway, we do have
we have voicemails.
So we have voicemails.
So we do the thing where you and Doug do, like, we ask the magic 8-ball. Can we do can we ask the magic 8-ball?
Yeah, you can ask the magic 8-ball anything you like. Yeah, what would you like to ask?
So how many did you say there are?
How many voicemails? We have 3 voicemails.
So I guess I would ask the magic 8-ball. Are all 3 from Jared?
Are all 3 of the voicemails from Jared? We're asking the magic 8-ball. Are all 3 voicemails from Jared?
Wait.
What say you, magic 8-ball?
Well, it's not like you guys ever listen to me anyway, so sure, go ahead.
I guess that's a yes. Magic
Erica,
8-ball,
are you sure that's the only question you want to ask Magic 8-ball? Like, I feel like it's like a full moon or something.
I've learned over time with these guys that we only can ask the Magic 8-ball one question at a time. So that was my first one, but we could try another one.
Okay.
You
sure,
have
go
anything you want to ask around the full moon,
all. Oh, is it a full moon right now?
I think it just was yesterday.
Well, it just was. So
yeah, I still count it.
Okay.
What do you want to ask?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you would have something amazing.
Okay. Well, wait. So now we're waning, right? Are we waning or are we waxing? When we're past the moon, we're waning.
I think so. We're definitely waxing poetic right now.
Yeah, I know. There you go. So that's the question for Magic 8-ball. In this waning phase of the full moon, is it going to be I don't know, a good luck streak for all of us?
Yeah, I like that question.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat with this one.
Will this be the waning moon? Will this be good luck for all of us coming up? What say you, Magic 8-ball?
Ooh, I'm going to have to call you back on that one. No, don't call me. I'll call you.
See, he did that to me last time I asked a question about luck too.
Oh, really?
I think Erica, probably it's a sign we need to make our own luck, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It's a sign. That was a sign.
There we go.
That was the sign.
There we go. Okay, so are we ready for the voicemails?
Ready.
And we got to play the voicemail music from Jared, of course, first, right?
Yep.
Ooh. See, I left space here for the interruption, but I know you both are too polite to interrupt. Like Doug would do it every single damn time, but I know you guys are too polite.
And we're just going to say that we love that band that does that music.
Oh yeah, it's really relaxing, I find.
It is. It just soothes the soul.
Nice. Nice. I love it. If we want to get them to play our next turnkey holiday party, I think we just got to figure out who they are and we'll get that done. Okay.
Emily and I want to hire the guys to do an Emily and Erica song for when we leave voicemails.
See, we just do that.
If you do get that band for the holiday party, please don't invite me, is all I ask. Leave my name off the invite list.
Nice. Okay, let's take a listen. Who we got voicemails from?
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. So you guys have been talking about this sandwich from Italy. And hell fucking no. I wouldn't even wait a half hour for that thing. And I agree, Doug. I agree. Subway. Hey, it's a sub. It's okay. It's edible. I'd take that all day long over waiting. I wait 3 hours in line for. Now, this is a different story, so I got a list. So let's see here. Number one. Number two.
Jared's cutting in and out a lot.
Number three. I think we established fucking nothing. In my mind, nothing is worth waiting that long. I will go sit down and do something else or just take a nap. I'm not waiting 3 hours for pretty much anything. At least that's what comes to mind right now. Anyways, guys, let's show. And if I did wait 3 hours, it would almost have to be something that, hey, you wait in line, it's free to get into that Super Bowl. Maybe. Okay, I probably would for that. I don't know. Still maybe. Anyways, guys, love the show. See ya.
It sounds like Jared and I have a similar level of patience in life.
Yeah, I'm the same way. In 3 hours, there's not much I will wait 3 fucking hours for.
Yeah.
And now, come on. 20 years ago is when I waited those 9 hours. You're now asked me, how long would I wait now? Not so much.
Well, our attention spans have gone way, way down. So that's a question I have for you both. Do you find yourselves ever getting like truly bored? Like, are you ever just bored?
Oh, hell.
Pretty rarely. Almost never.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Unless I'm in the doctor's waiting room and there's no magazines and somehow I've forgotten my phone and like all the people in the room are boring to look at, like just not interesting. That's the only time I can imagine myself being bored.
Erica, you say you do get bored?
Well, I'll tell you when I get bored is when I'm on a Zoom call for something and the facilitator asks a question and somebody answers and they ramble on and on and on. And I'm sitting there on camera with supposedly a smile on my face. And I'm like, meantime, down below, like texting or doing stuff because I am just bored. So that's when
I'm nodding effusively because I didn't even think of that. Zoom calls, just in general, most Zoom calls.
True. Good point.
Where you're not an active participant, those can be a little rough.
Good point. Good
one, Erica.
I agree with that.
Glad I asked.
Let's go. Voicemail number 2.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. Voicemail number 2. So now you're getting into the politics a little bit, and you mentioned someone heckling the president. So I didn't see the State of the Union because, quite honestly, I mean, I think you understand why. Can't stand the dude. Don't want to listen to his lies. That's just my personal opinion. But I also agree if that person was heckling, that's definitely uncalled for. I mean, I would at least, we disagree. We agree to disagree. And, I mean, we respect each other. So that goes a long way. But yeah, so heckling is uncalled for. I hadn't even heard anything about it because I try to avoid the news almost at all costs anymore because it's nothing but shit. So, all right, guys, love the show and can't wait to hear where all this goes.
No comment.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the politics today. I don't think we need
Next.
to talk politics today.
We'll leave that one.
Hey, Jared here. Voicemail number 3. Okay, so I guess this is just Strick and whoever his co-host is. I didn't think about that till now. But anyways, you're still talking. Now you're talking about student loans and the relief and all that kind of stuff. And yes, the prevalence of student loans hanging around for 30, years and more is a very real thing, which I experienced myself. And as far as that going, the Pell Grant was given to people who were lower income, so they were given money, extra access to money. As far as colleges and universities costing so much, it's because they just approve everybody for loans. So they say, oh, hey, there's an opportunity for us to make more money. Let's raise prices. They're going to keep feeding them money. And that's exactly what's happened. That's why everything's out of control. There's no checks and balances in it. It's just, hey, give people money who shouldn't be getting loans. And whether that's because of how we handled money or the fact that we were 18 years old and shouldn't have had loans or access to, hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans, I think it's all bullshit, especially as much as it was driven down our throats. You got to go to college. You're not going to be able to work anywhere. I've got 2 degrees and I work for myself. So, and I'm sitting somewhere where, most of my life working minimum wage-ish jobs, working 2 and 3 jobs most of my life, trying to start businesses throughout the years to where now, I have my own business. But even still, I'm not making massive amounts of money. But I've got student loans from 26 years ago. 28 years ago. They're still hanging around. You get just enough to survive, and trying to raise a family, it's tough to make those big payments. Had I known then what I know now, I'd have said, fuck off. I'm just going to trade school. And I'd had that all paid off and wouldn't have been an issue in the first place, instead of having $50,000 for me, $50,000 in debt for my wife. Who by the time she got a job with her college education, we couldn't even afford daycare. It was more to have daycare than it was to her to work. So, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff didn't make sense with it. So anyways, I'm mixed on the forgiveness because I'm actually someone who would benefit. But by the same token, I don't think it's other people's responsibility. I take responsibility for myself and intend to get it paid off. So I don't know. All right, guys. Appreciate it. And that was a deep one. See you guys.
This was actually a topic on my list, and I did not think it was going to come up. But first, I want to say that I just remembered my most humiliating moment when he was talking, and it's related to student loans.
Oh.
Yeah. So I, in my early 20s, I just stopped paying all my bills. I stopped paying my credit card bill, which I had racked up when I was 18, because they give you a credit card with a 23% APR rate and then don't tell you how to use it.
Right.
I had student loans and I had a car payment, and I just kind of stopped on a lot of it. I had a job, but all I could afford was my rent and food and gas. So one day at work, I hear a tow truck coming into the parking lot. And they took my car away from me in front of my whole office, out there, snowy February day in New Hampshire. And the tow truck is just taking my car away. So I think Jared hit the nail on the head when he said, it comes down to them. And I don't want to blame somebody, but we truly aren't educated on what it actually looks like when you take a student loan. Then in the future, what kind of job do you actually need when you get out of college? They tell you you're going to get okay, you go to school for this, you're going to make $50,000, and your little college brain is woohoo, I'm going to make $50,000. They don't tell you that's 10 years down the road. When you get out of college, you're actually making $19,000.
Right.
And I'm sure that's changed, because I have a little cousin who somehow was making $100,000 out of college. I'm I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, Doug's
there.
son, I have no idea how he's making the money he's making, whatever it is. Doug says it's a lot. I'm sorry.
But when I was a kid, we didn't have that. And so I totally get what Jared's saying, and it's frustrating. And I was I don't know, I must have paid mine off 5 years ago. It was the best day of my life. So all that stuff. But it took a lot of work to dig myself out of that complete disaster that I had dug myself into.
And the whole college and money and tuition thing has shifted so much through the years. I mean, I went to UC Berkeley, and back in the day when I went, I had to put myself through school. And the only way I could do it was with scholarships. And it wasn't just because it wasn't at all because I was necessarily bright. I just learned how to apply for everything. I mean, Sons of Italy, because I have a grandfather who's Italian. Sons of Italy gave me a $200 scholarship. I graduated from high school with 12 different scholarships so I could put myself through school. And it was a lot. But even then, tuition at UC Berkeley back in that day was probably, I don't know, I could look it up right now, but at the most, maybe $4,000 for the year. And then, room and board in the dorms was probably another 2,000 at the most for the year. So we had nothing that we had to finance or take care of like the generations now.
I have a family member, and I will not say who it is, but they are going to a high school boarding school, $70,000 a year. No joke.
70 grand a year.
High school.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How could anybody afford that? But I guess there are people that can,
they had a connection.
Apparently.
No, it's one time in life where I say I'm actually sort of glad I don't have kids, so I didn't have to deal with the whole putting them through school bit. Now, your kids,
I've got one that graduated from art school in May, and I'm major debt, right? And the other two, my daughter that lives with me went to Austin Community College for a couple of years, and in Texas, geez, community college, it is so subsidized. In other words, it was super cheap. Like, she told me what classes were going to be, and I'll be like, shit, I'll just put it on my credit card. I'll have it paid off next month, right? That's amazing for the whole semester. But yeah, and then my other daughter is like, college wasn't her thing. But yes, it's crazy. In Maine, the private college, it was ridiculous amounts of debt. And I'm, it's not that I'm unsympathetic to the amount of debt. I feel like it's putting a Band-Aid on it. It's not solving the actual problem. Like, why does it cost so much today?
Right.
When teachers are still complaining we're not getting paid enough, like, so where's the money going? Because tuition is like 10 times what it was when I went to college. So where's the money going?
Right.
So,
Where in Maine did she go to school?
Portland, Maine College of Art.
That's so close to me. I love that.
Oh yeah,
I was just in Portland a couple weeks ago.
Is that right?
Picking up a suit for my little brother.
Nice. Emily, I can remember you have kids.
No. We don't have kids. We have a dog. He's like a kid. Actually, sometimes a dog is harder than a kid, because here's the thing with kids. You can like take your kids places. You can take them into stores. You can take them to friends' houses. You can take them places, and it's like acceptable. Not my dog, because he doesn't like most people. And he doesn't like change, and he doesn't like driving in the car. He's not mobile, So
No,
he's actually harder than a child.
We had a dog, and I remember the first time we took him somewhere. We took him to friends in Oregon on a car trip, and we got to our friend's house, and his name was Socrates, the dog. And Socrates was a golden retriever, and we took him in for his first visit anywhere. We walked inside the house. She had a plant in her front doorway entryway, lifts his leg and pees on the plant in the house.
Wow. Nice.
That's it. No more.
She should have moved the plant, if you knew Socrates was coming.
He had a dog, and her dog didn't pee on the plant. So
that's funny.
Nice. I want to show off my t-shirt. Wait a minute.
Okay.
See if you guys
I was curious about what this was. Oh, why can I not remember that thought experiment? But that's so weird, because I just looked it up yesterday and I already can't remember.
Do you get it, Erica? Again, it's like a geek. It's a geek.
No, I got it. So did you wait in line for that?
No. It was click and buy and done, because I have no patience for anything. It was just too easy.
Wait, I can't remember what Schrodinger's
cat is. There. I don't know the details of it, but it's Schrodinger postulated the idea that observing something affects it. In other words, that you can't actually be a scientist and observe something without the act of the observation is going to affect it. But the way he did it, I wish I had more detail about it, but basically he said, there is if there's a cat in a box, you have no idea if the cat is alive or dead. And if you just say, well, I'm just going to look in there, looking into the box affects it. So technically, the cat can be alive and dead at the same time. So the joke with Schrodinger's cat is it alive or dead? And so the t-shirt is wanted dead and alive, Schrodinger's cat.
Rather than or. Cool.
I got to look it up now because I'm not explaining it very well.
No,
Yeah,
you
did a good job.
you
Really?
Yeah, you said it, but I don't believe that it could be dead and alive at the same time. Is it in your mind that it's dead or alive at the same time?
Well, but at that moment in time, right? The odds or the likelihood or I don't know. You know who I'm going to ask is I have the geekiest brother in the whole wide world who knows scientific crap that I don't know. I'll ask him about it and he'll explain it in a way.
So the way that it says it on here, because no, I'm with you, Emily, because I think he came up with the idea of that because it was such a ridiculous, like, to say that watching something can affect it, people are going to be like, oh, but it doesn't affect it that much. And it's like, oh no, like hypothetically, you have no idea if that cat is alive or dead. So what he says, in the thought experiment, a hypothetical cat may be considered simultaneously both alive and dead while it is unobserved in a closed box, as a result of its fate being linked to a random subatomic event that may or may not occur. So if we're not looking at the cat, we have no idea if something has happened to the cat to make it dead. If we choose to look at it, well, who knows? The fact that our action of looking at it could possibly bring it back to life. We have no way of knowing for sure. So that's why he picked something that was ridiculously outrageous to kind of over-explain that, sure, when you look at it, well, it doesn't affect it that much. Well, but it could. Like, what is not much? When you're a scientist, not much is still something. It's a very black and white thing when you're a scientist of like, this is what it's doing. Well, it only did that because you looked at it. Well, how different would it be if I hadn't looked at it? It's that geeky scientist thing.
Weirdly, it makes me jump directly towards like observing ourselves and how like we would never really be able to see ourselves clearly because the second you start observing something, it's going to change.
Well, so and that's why I think that's why it has caught on. It's interesting. When did Schrodinger live? That's funny because I'm on it 1935. So it's been around for 80 years or so. But I think that's why it has stuck around so long, because when you stop and think about it like that, it's like, oh, wow, that's really, really true. Right. I've always thought about, people say to you, like, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? My superpower would be to see the world through someone else's eyes. Right.
That's such an altruistic superpower.
Well, but the interesting thing that I think about it is it's not just like physically, how do you see it? It's like, how do you experience it? Because we are the only people that have experienced what we have experienced, and we can explain it to somebody else. We can tell it to somebody else, but like everything is built on whatever you have already experienced. And so the way you experience anything new is going to be affected by what you have experienced in the past. Like, and if you could be in somebody else's head and feel all the, that would be.
No, it's funny, Strick. When I was a kid, I have two brothers, so there are three of us naturally from my parents, and my mom and dad took care of two foster kids at one point. So there were five of us, and I used to get in trouble for imitating all the time. And I was probably 6, and the two foster kids were sisters, and there were 7 and 8. And one of them had this really, I thought, weird habit where she would shake her hand a certain way. And I swear to God, I would do this, and I'd get in damn trouble all the time and stop imitating her. And it wasn't that. It was that I wanted to know what the hell that felt like. Like, why is she doing it? What does this feel like? And like for years after that with other stuff, I would do the same thing. Like, I just want to get in somebody's head to really like, what the hell is it like in there?
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that's like Oh, that's a topic for another day.
My superpower is like some weird combo of your two. I would want to read people's minds, which I just would find that so fascinating. So you could always know the truth about what other people are thinking. And I could stop like trying to psychoanalyze their face and their body movements and like things like that, because that's always happening.
Yeah.
So reading their minds would just be so much easier. It'd be like, then I could just know and be like, all right, we'll move on here.
So there was a movie probably in the 90s, I think, called What Women Want.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt, I think. Yeah, I always thought that would be kind of fascinating too. Like being aware of what is going on in somebody else's head that'd be pretty cool.
It'd probably be really overwhelming in some cases. Like I can imagine some brains, some brains are just like fast firing, but sometimes it might be nice.
Yeah.
Very restful and calming.
I love it.
One of the things that I take away from Jared's last voicemail rather, was he made an interesting statement somewhere right in the middle of that. And it was, if I knew then what I know now, I thought, oh, that'll be a topic for another fuckery day.
Oh my gosh, no doubt.
That could be a whole episode.
Right?
There's a Bob Seger song, Against the Wind. Wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. Yeah. Fascinating. Well, we have been at it for an hour now, ladies, if you can believe that. So does anybody have any other topics we want to discuss before we wrap it up? Because, I don't want to like drag it out too far and make people wait. And I've got an appointment with Walmart since Doug.
I imagined you were going to be wrapping it up soon. So
yeah. Well, and next week, do we get to hear from Doug and all about how the pizza was?
I think so. I believe he's home
good.
Friday or Saturday. Yeah.
Did it bother either of you that like one of the boards the pizza was on was like dangling off the table? I'm like, can we just please center that?
I laughed so hard when you said that on Facebook. It sort of made me want to scoot the board in.
Yes.
That's
it was
funny.
very hard to look at.
It's Italy. They do things different in Italy, I guess.
It's true. They don't have as much OCD, I don't think. So,
hey, you guys, it's been really fun.
Yeah, this was fun.
I'm looking at the Schrodinger's cat on Wikipedia now, and even though it's a hypothetical, there's like a specific. It says a cat, a flask of poison, and a radioactive source are placed in a sealed box, and it's like, oh, somebody wanted to take the hypothetical and make it a possibility of something real. That's kind of creepy. Sorry,
I mean, in that case, the cat's definitely dead.
I've got a magnet on my refrigerator that says, I know that if I could own a lightsaber, I would kill myself within 3 minutes.
Yep, I'm pretty much that too.
Yeah, that would be pretty much it. Yeah. Anyway, so nothing else to hit.
Now you just made me want to add one more thing. The other day, this is terrible. This is not humiliating. This is just bad. We have a wood stove. I left the door to the wood stove open and left my house for like hours. Thank goodness my husband came home relatively soon, but he's like, the door was open when I got home. It was not good. So I hear you with the lightsaber. I'm going to freaking do that with the wood stove. Like I got to be careful.
Damn, that would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Now I'm ready to wrap up if Erica is.
I'm good.
You're good. All right. Well, thank you both so much for being the co-host this week. I think it has been fascinating and entertaining and at least as good as an episode that I would have had with Doug, if not better. So any feedback we get from the community, you can call 4242 DJ Doug, leave a message, let us know what you thought, and maybe we will have to do it even more often. Thank you. Much appreciate your time. I've got to go make dinner and have my appointment at Walmart. So Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed Strickland. Prepare to celebrate. You know, if Doug mentions this Mustang podcast one more fucking time, I am going to slit my throat. That's right. That's how the pros do it, Strickland fucking Bonner. That'll do, nice guys. That'll do.